how to sponsor with no credibility or little credibility. I know this is a really, really big topic here. I know that as we're thinking on this stuff as we start, some of you feel like you don't have any credibility. Others feel like, you know what, I've got credibility, but I just don't particularly have credibility specifically in the network marketing profession. And so I know each person's a little bit different because new levels, right? New devils is an old school, timeless cliche quote that is 100% true. And I know we all have our own limiting beliefs. So you can see right here, this photo that my design team decided to use, how to sponsor with no credibility. Are you kidding me? Look, do I have a triple chin going on there? I never even knew I had a triple chin. But I think my design team just thought it was hilarious. And they're like, here you go. Here's your photo. Here's your thumbnail that we're going to use. So I'm like, all right, I guess we're going with the triple chin program here. But I'm really excited. I'm excited for all of you to learn. I'm going to give you 4 different strategies. 4 different strategies on how to sponsor with no credibility. I'm going to give you a little bit of my insights and perspective based on what I went through, different ways, different things that you can particularly do that will make a huge difference for each and every single one of you as you go. So all of us, I get it, we're at different levels. But it's important for you to learn this because even if it's not just for you in particular, it's learn to better convey and communicate this to your teams. As I always say, good leaders have vision. Great leaders give vision. Good leaders have vision. Great leaders give vision. So when I first started network marketing, of course, I had no credibility. I had no credibility in the profession, just like all of us. When we first start, we don't have any credibility. And for me, it was like, oh, what am I going to say? Because they're going to be like, have you made any money yet? Have you been successful yet? And all the time, we make ourselves the issue. All the time, we just think, well, if I haven't been really successful, then I can't talk to anybody else about this. What am I supposed to say? I don't know what to say because they're coming to me and they're asking how much I've made and what am I supposed to say? How do I convey this? How do I communicate this to them? So a couple different things. First things first. I understand Warren. I think actually Warren Buffett's with 1 T, but that's all right. You guys just pretend like you didn't see that. You didn't hear that at all. But with Warren Buffett, the Warren Buffett analogy I give is, credibility is the great exaggerator. Credibility, you can say the exact same thing, for example, as Warren Buffett, but if Warren Buffett says it, it's like, oh, this is so incredible. Did you hear what Warren said? And if you say it and you're someone that maybe hasn't had massive success yet, it's not going to seem the same way. Even if you're someone who has had massive success, it's not going to be the exact same as when Warren Buffett says it because he's created this credibility. Credibility enhances everything that you do. But the key is, okay, how do I get to that point? How do I create that credibility? Because everyone starts at the beginning. Everyone had to start at some time and at some point when they didn't have credibility and they didn't use that as an excuse. You got to decide. Am I creating my success story or am I creating my alibi on why I haven't had any success or why I'm not having as much success as I would have hoped for? You got to look at those different things. So the mindset shift is stop making yourself the issue. This isn't even one of the strategies, but this goes along with everything we're talking about. Again, I'm going to give you 4 different strategies. I would love for you in the comments below to tell me which strategies stood out to you the most as I go through these or any insights or perspectives that you have. But think about this all the time. I used to hear this all the time. I just don't think I can sponsor anybody. I don't think I can talk to anybody because I haven't had any success yet. Why can't they be better than you? Why can't they have more success than you? Why can't you show them what you did wrong? Why can't you show them what to do right? Why can't they utilize leverage with all the different resources and tools? We'll talk about that as one of the strategies. Why not? And you think that it's you being incredibly humble, but putting yourself down is not humble. In many aspects, it's actually having an ego. It's just reverse to how we think of ego. We think ego is just the overconfidence. I'm just incredible. I'm so amazing. That's how I I thought of it. But ego is also, ego stands for everyone's got one, edging God out. Your ego ain't your amigo. I could keep going. Actually, I think those are the only three I can think of right now. So your ego can also be when you're putting yourself down because you're making yourself the issue. So the first thing is we talk about the mindset shift is you've got to get over yourself on the negative side. You've got to make sure you don't sell yourself short. You've got to have perspective in a traditional business. Most traditional businesses don't turn a profit for 3 years. Why is it in our profession, if you make even a little bit, even if you make your money back and you make a little bit, you're like, oh, I'm just not very good. Let's say it took you 6 months to make your money back. You think in your mind, oh yeah, but so-and-so's doing so much more than me. It's because all the time we're comparing in a negative way. We're comparing our chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Maybe they had previous experiences. Maybe they got lucky. Who cares? But why are you begrudging them? And we're just so negative. Put in perspective, if you go invest in real estate, I know this is how it is in North America, you've got to put 20% down. 20% is a lot. That's a lot. And then you hope to cash flow a couple $100. And you hope those renters make that payment. And that's considered wildly successful. But in the network marketing profession, if right, you only make or generate a couple $100, like, oh, I'm just not that good. I'm not that good. So you got to make sure that you have perspective. You want to become a doctor. How many years are you going to med school, right? You're in med school 12, 13, 14 plus years. How much debt are you in, right? And again, I'm not ripping on these professions at all. A lot of these are incredible professions, to each their own. I'm just giving you perspective. You have to make sure you treat this like a real business. The level of your commitment, in large part, will determine the level of your success. We're going to go through a bunch of these strategies, and strategy number 1 is sell your future goals. What do you mean? Okay, let's say that I don't yet have that much credibility yet. Here's one huge tip. One thing that you can do that will make a huge difference is rather than me fake it until you make it, right? Rather than me acting like I'm just, so incredible and I've done all these things when I have it and I feel inauthentic and I feel fake and I'm like, there's no way they're going to see right through me and I can't do this. Rather than me doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell my future goals. So let me give an example. Maybe your future goal is I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of not being able to take that family vacation every single year because I can't afford it. So I am going to do whatever it takes to be able to provide for my family so that I can do 3 family vacations every single year without stressing about the finances of it. And my goal is to be able to achieve that within the next year. And I know everything worthwhile is always harder than we think it's going to be. So it may take me another 6 months or a year on top of that, but I'm going to do whatever it takes. Do you feel the power in that? There was no fake it until you make it. I wasn't trying to pretend like I'm just so amazing. I'm selling my future goals. I'm selling what I'm willing to do. I'm selling that commitment and I'm focusing on that. And I promise you, as you focus on that, there's power in that. Because the world loves boldness. It makes people curious. It's contagious. It's like, wow. And now, as it creates that curiosity, people are much more willing to take a look. And that's your whole goal. Especially when you don't have a ton of credibility yet, you're not trying to be the master presenter. All you're trying to do is get them to take a serious look. That's it. Or take a look. That's the first step. That's it. Your whole goal is to get them to take a look. And so if you don't have credibility, a lot of times we're just making it way, way too complicated because, again, your ego ain't your amigo. And we're trying to get everybody, right as we do this, what do I do? How do I say it? So you sell your future goals. Strategy number 2, borrowed credibility. So borrow from your past success. And as you borrow from your past success, it's something that what you want to look at is, let's say, here's an example. I was successful at tennis. That was the one thing I could borrow from. So I could borrow that level of commitment in my own mind of I know the recipe to have success. But the next thing I can do is I can also go and I can say, you know what? I have learned exactly what it takes to be successful. You know what I've done in tennis. And I'm going to take that same type of commitment, that same type of discipline, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to make it happen. So you see how a lot of times you think it always has to be the network marketing profession, but you have created probably, again, if you haven't, that's okay. That's why we're creating several different strategies. But a lot of you, maybe you were great at something, talent-wise with school. Maybe you did well in a job. Maybe you did well in a previous business venture. Maybe you did well in athletics. Maybe you've got the musical talents going on. Maybe whatever it is, borrow from your past success first for your own mentality. And second, this is a great way to create instant and quick credibility as you go. Hopefully this is making sense for you. I always love interactions. Always let me know in the comments what's making sense, what's maybe a new insight, maybe what's a reminder or perspective as you're listening and you're tuning in. The next thing, create your greatness once in your company and parlay that into more credibility. Now, greatness is all relative. I think all the time it's like, but I haven't done all these incredible things yet, and I haven't hit the super galactic triple star diamond black belt rank, so I just can't yet. Why? Look, going back to the first analogy of traditional businesses, most don't turn a profit for 3 years. Now if someone comes at me, you're coming at me, right? I'm going to have a little fun here. I wouldn't be this strong. I'm always very understanding, but we're going to have a little fun. Someone's coming at me, Rob, how much money have you made yet, right? Okay, just have a little fun. My tone's always going to be good when I'm talking to someone. We're just having a little fun here. So someone's coming at me strong, like, what about you? Have you made any money yet? Have you been wildly successful yet? And let's say that I've just made my money back and I've been in the company for 3 months. So most of you, unfortunately, would consider that not successful. Let me flip the script for you. They're coming at me hard. Let's say Billy. Billy's coming at me hard. Rob, you haven't done anything. I don't even know what that voice is. Rob, you haven't done anything. You know, what have you done? Tell me about your wild, crazy success. All right, Billy. I've absolutely crushed it. Most businesses don't turn a profit for 3 years. And think about the type of investment it takes and think about the type of time that it takes. I'm doing this part-time and I've already broken even in 3 months. Isn't that crazy? And I can show you exactly how to do that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to help other people do that so I can keep increasing the pay. I can keep increasing the compensation. And then after that, that's where I can go back and I can sell some of the future things. I can sell, some of my future goals and stuff. So flip the script. All the time you're making yourself the issue of, but I haven't had any success yet, right? I can't say anything. I don't have any credibility yet. How are you going to gain credibility? You got to act as if. How would the successful version of you act? How would you talk? How would you walk? What would your posture be? What would your tone be like? This is going to help you to take your business to the next level. Now you notice I said act as if. I didn't say fake it till you make it. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Instead, I'm giving you different ways that you can be bold and confident, but in a real, authentic way. So it's strategy number 3. Strategy number 4, shared credibility. Again, we're going back to the theme at the beginning of don't make yourself the issue. Look, you may not have credibility and you feel like that's an insecurity of yours, but that's like we just had, if you watch the Michael Jordan documentary, it's like, if you're playing basketball with Michael Jordan and you're playing a pickup game, how confident are you that you're going to win? It's not that I'm great at basketball, but I'm playing with Michael Jordan. That's how you got to look at it. Assuming you believe you've got a great company, I assume you've got some great leaders. And so now what you're doing is you're leveraging the credibility, because think about this. When you join your company, what you're doing is it's like two companies merging. That's what you're doing when you join the network marketing profession. You join a company. You're hiding your weaknesses and you're accentuating your strengths. That's the whole goal when companies merge. They want to accentuate and focus on the strengths. Well, maybe you haven't had the success yet, but someone on your team has. Some of the leaders have. Some of the company has some success, and some of the corporate people probably have a good track record and what the company's done in total sales and different things. And so now you're part of a team. They're joining your team. So instead of me making myself the issue, what I'm doing is I'm sharing that credibility of, it's great. I fill in the blank of what I did, right? The example going back to the question Billy asked me where, this is what I've done in 3 months, and I'm also part of this team, and this is what this team's done, or this is what this company's done. This is what some of these leaders, or this is what some of these mentors have done that I'm working with. It's absolutely phenomenal. I promise you I wouldn't waste your time. You got to come take a serious look. Stop being so scared to be bold. Look, if you're not sure, they're not sure. I'm not saying it shove it down their throat. I'm not saying that you need to be annoying. I'm not saying that you need to be overbearing. But stop making those dreams small. Make it really small and shrinking those dreams to make other people feel comfortable. Stop shrinking those dreams because of your massive fear of judgment. Look, they're going to judge you no matter what. They're going to judge you because you were too bold and too passionate. They're going to judge you because you were too boring. I'm not following him. I'm not following her. She was too boring. So find a way to be that bold version of you regardless, and making sure that you're utilizing one of these 4 simple strategies. And then just remember, like I said at the beginning with the Warren Buffett analogy, is credibility is the great amplifier. It's the great amplifier. And as you're starting to learn these strategies and teach your team these strategies and starting to implement these strategies, guess what? As you start saying the exact same thing, even though now it's like, well, I said the same thing 6 months ago. Well, as you start breaking rank and start having more confidence, well, yeah, now you've got more weight. Now you got more credibility. That's just how the real world works, right? Someone could tell you the most amazing things in the world. I'm a tennis player, but if someone reached top 100 in the world as a tennis player versus someone who's played tennis for a year, who am I listening to? Of course. But how do I get there? And so I'm just helping you to break that much sooner. I'm just helping you so that you can go achieve some of these goals and concepts that I know each and every single one of you have. And it's not easy. I'm not saying that it's easy. Nothing worthwhile is easy. Everything worthwhile is always harder than you thought it was going to be. Everything. That's a success principle. It is. But that's what makes it so worth it. That's what makes it so worth it, because so few are willing to go through what it takes. You've just got to challenge yourself. You've got to say, what's going to make me different? Because everybody says, I'm so different. And that's great. But what's going to make you different? What's going to get you through those tough times? What's going to get you through those tough times when people are judging you or mischaracterizing you or even misjudging you? What's going to make you different? What's going to make you be that bold version of you and get you into beast mode to go make it happen? So as always, I hope that you find at least one thing from this training that you can go take and you can implement and execute in your businesses. I hope, if you haven't already, you can find it on Amazon, or you can go to www.thegameofconquering.com. I hope that you've already got the latest and greatest book. I promise you, it will help take your business to the next level. As always, until the next training.